How do you put that one into words, Coach?
Team, kind of like we talked about. I mean, it's interesting, and I kind of was thinking about the whole week on the run back off the field there. I mean, we had some people come in and talk to us. We talked about team all week, and that was really a big theme for us. And here it is. At the end of the game, I mean, we're winning this game because our team played well together. I mean, there's a lot of things I know in the first half that you want to have back. Some bad things, and I think we're all kind of shaking our heads because we feel like we have the right stuff. We're just not making plays, and we knew they could make plays. And the teams that we do play, they play hard. They show up all the time, and we do expect that. It's not that we don't expect that. And I think the biggest thing was in the second half. We made some adjustments, and I don't know how much it was really from a scheme standpoint as it was just an attitude. And let's really talk about. We talked about team. I mean, let's not just talk about it. Let's be about it. And we were able to come out there in the second half, and I think they scored once. I think they scored 7 points in the second half there. And the offense, that kept us in the game throughout. It kept us close enough to where we could still keep believing and having a chance to win this game. And finally, at the end, we finally went ahead. And then we closed it out there in the 4-minute, which is something that we didn't do, in some earlier games that we talked about. And that came up now, where we were able to finish the game out for the most part. So, we'll go back and clean some things up. But this is a game where in college football, everybody goes through games where they're going to fight, scratch, and claw, and it doesn't really matter. And a lot of times it's what everybody doesn't expect, from whatever opponent. And you got to find a way to win. And so our team found a way to win tonight. I'm really proud of our guys, proud of our coaches. Thank them all just for their effort. And we're back to work. We've got to get back to work for San Diego State at home on the blue.
What did you see in the first half defensively? I mean, you give up 5 50-yard or more runs.
That's what I saw. I mean, to be honest with you, that's what I saw. I mean, it's up the middle. I saw a running back from New Mexico hit the hole hard downhill, and he is gone. And then we have a 4th down where they split it. And that happened. I've seen that happen on 4th downs. Don't want it to happen, but split us for a touchdown. I mean, that's one of those signs in the game you're going, this may not be your day. Sometimes you're looking at it's 4th down and they go for a touchdown. But just fits on the defensive side. The guy that needs to make the tackle, make the tackle. I mean, it comes down to that, and it's really that simple. I mean, it's not complicated. And they ran their stuff well, and they mixed it up. But they were hitting us inside, and they tried to work outside. And I think the thing that helped us is we were able to slow it down on the inside run game where it forced them on the perimeter. And when they started going sideways, that was to our benefit. And so, defensively, it was, hey, we got to tackle better. We can't let that happen. We got to eliminate explosive plays. They had a couple now where Darren made some big tackles. They might have been 8 yards deep, but they were 1 step away from going another 50. And that was one of the things, explosive plays. That's what they do, and they're explosive in the pass game. So they showed up to be everything we thought they would be. And we just didn't do a very good job early on and did a better job in the second half of making it a close game and helping our offense.
Second half offensively, you guys got down there and had to settle for 2 field goals, but then once you needed it in the 4th quarter, you had a couple big touchdown drives.
Yeah, those were disappointing because, in that game, if you're tight, everybody's tight, and those touchdowns are going to help you out. And you got a blocked punt, and you turn it into 3 points. That's disappointing. You want to have touchdowns, but you got a blocked punt and you got points. All right, and so what we started saying over there at the game is just chip away, just keep chipping away, chip away, chip away. And I think guys just, that cliche, but just that one play, you don't know what's going to happen next, and that really proved out to be true tonight.
I know Grant has this calm demeanor about him, but he almost threw for 370 yards. He rushed for over 130. How impressive was your starting quarterback tonight?
Well, he didn't have a turnover, did he?
Nope.
No. So I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, those other stats. I mean, that's him. He works for that. He and Coach Sanford, they work on the game plan. They work for those type of stats, and I'm very proud of him. For being able to accomplish that. More proud for his toughness. I mean, the critical game when you're trying to push and you're behind. Most quarterbacks are going to throw an interception. They're going to try to squeeze something in there. He was very calculated. And the run game, I mean, tough. Absolutely tough. I thought he was nails tonight. I know he got banged up a little bit, popped right up, and was ready to go out there and lead. So couldn't ask more from Grant. you know, what he did with the offense, and you know, we put 60 points up on the board. I mean, that's, you know, that's a good night. You know, we shouldn't be as close as it is when you do stuff like that, but that's the fight, and that's what those guys were able to accomplish.
You guys didn't play Blake and Corey in the second half. You did play Joey and Chance. Was that an injury at all, or was that just you guys needed to make those changes?
No, I think that was just something that the defense felt like we needed to get some different people in there at that time. And I don't think it was anything negative one way or another, but as an opportunity, because you're trying to find an answer. And if you think the scheme's right, then you got to do some personnel changes. And you know, that's not a knock on anybody else. That's just, hey, that's part of the game and what you have to do. And those guys were fantastic. They weren't in, but they were supporting, and they get it. And we were able to make enough plays from those changes to slow it down.
Those two guys were in a lot of tackles, including obviously the game-deciding fourth down with Chance.
Yep, I mean, that was a good adjustment. You know, and that's something that, you know, that was the one thing I told the defensive coaches. Thank those guys. I mean, they came out of the second half and they had a thought out. All right, what's going on here? Not the wholesale change, but just we need to do this and this. And they were able to make that adjustment, and it worked for us.
What were they telling you from the box on that fourth down play? Because the replays we saw didn't look to be conclusive. I mean, what did you see live? And I guess what were your thoughts there on that final reversal?
No thoughts, just hope. You know, I was just hoping, trying to talk him out of, you know, giving him the first down. I guess, you know, what they did see that he was short of it. You know, and you watch him take, you know, you watch refs in the replay and all that, it takes some time. You kind of think it might go your way. I thought, and these are bang-bang plays that happen so fast, I thought he was down prior and he kind of hopped forward with the bounce and the ball was spotted and given it to him. And they made the right call. They reviewed it, and they made the right decision there. And that's a big stop for us. Now, it's obviously a game changer. Disappointing for New Mexico, and obviously, you know, exciting for us to have that type of play in our favor.
We've seen it a few times lately with Chaz Anderson with the go-ahead touchdown catch, and it seems like he's coming with one of those a week.
And we needed it. You know, he had another one down the field too that was just, I don't know, just might slightly been behind him, but that was a big-time play. That was something that, you know, we probably wanted to hit earlier. We just kept saving it because we felt like there was going to be a moment. I mean, I thought Coach Sanford was dead on with that. When it's like there's going to be that time, and that was the time because we knew he'd be open. There was no question about it, even a read on that. It was going to be Chaz. It was just a matter of if we threw it right, he was able to beat his defender, and we threw it pretty good, and he went up and made the play. I mean, that's the bottom line. I thought Grant did exactly what we asked. Give him a chance to make the play, and Chaz did.
What does it mean to go on the road? And I know you aren't completely connected to some of their, you know, the history on the road, but for the second straight time, you guys want to shoot out at Nevada, you want to shoot out here with New Mexico. What does it mean to go on the road, especially at this point in time of the season, come up with a win?
Yeah, it's big. You know, I mean, we all know. I mean, November's. You follow college football, you know that November's. Everybody talks about it, so we know what's at stake. We just don't operate thinking ahead too much, you know, and we operate one game at a time, and this was a big win for us. We had to take care of New Mexico. It's obviously confidence, you know, for us to be able to come away with 2 wins on the road in this type of fashion. You know, and I think the guys can go, hey, we actually did the things we talked about doing, bottom line. And we got to carry that over now back at home. Doesn't make it any easier because we're back on the blue, but we at least have confidence we get in a game like that, which I fully believe that, you know, we will be. We play good teams. That we'll be able to pull one out, and hopefully in the same way we did tonight.
Bosen and Lucart, yeah.
Yeah, both those guys. Dylan, still a little bit not feeling right to come out here and to play, and then Bosen didn't make the trip.
For disciplinary reasons, or?
He just didn't make it.
Okay. Did end up not mattering, but those two-point conversions were not your prettiest plays of the night. What were you trying to do, and what happened there?
Well, the first one, you know, we're trying kind of a little razzle trick play and all that. They just didn't. They dropped the guy right into it. I mean, that's the bottom line. One guy, and I mean, the odds of them doing it, they did. And it just didn't work in our favor. Now, the other one, we felt like we get the ball in Jay's hands, and we had a call on the edge, and we didn't make it. Bottom line. And when we didn't make it, that's what happened. And then that was my decision on that particular play. I thought we could direct snap it to Jay because he'd been running well, get it to him, and it wasn't a good call. That's just the bottom line. It wasn't a good call in that situation there, and hindsight, shouldn't have done it. Should have done something different.
First one was a throw to the left, right?
First one was throw to the left, and then the other one was a run to the right.